Coming up on 5 Minute News. Fauci says his remarks were taken out of context in Trump ad. Soaring virus infection puts more French cities on alert. And 17-year-old climate activist Greta Thunberg endorses Joe Biden. It's Monday, October 12th. I'm Anthony Davis. Top US infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci said on Sunday he had not agreed to be featured in an ad by Donald Trump's re-election campaign and that his comments were taken out of context. The ad, released last week, discusses Trump's effort to recover from the coronavirus personally, as well as his administration's work to address the pandemic. The 30-second spot uses older remarks from Fauci in a way that suggests he was praising the president. "I can't imagine that anybody could be doing more," the ad shows Fauci saying. But those remarks are from a March interview where Fauci, who had been director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases since 1984, was discussing the broader effort, including by the White House Coronavirus Task Force. "In my nearly 5 decades of public service, I have never publicly endorsed any political candidate," Fauci said in a statement. "The comments attributed to me without my permission in the GOP campaign were taken out of context from a broad statement I made months ago about the efforts of federal public health officials," his statement added. Trump's campaign spokesman defended the ad in a statement on Sunday, saying the words from Fauci are accurate and directly from Dr. Fauci's mouth. Fauci and Trump have not always agreed on how to handle the pandemic, which has infected nearly 7.7 million people in the United States and killed more than 214,000. Opinion polls show most voters disapprove of the president's handling of the crisis. On Friday, Fauci described a September 26th White House event after which several attendees, including Trump, tested positive for the virus as a super-spreader event. Meanwhile, Twitter on Sunday flagged a tweet by Donald Trump in which the president claimed he was immune to the coronavirus, saying it violated the social media platform's rules about misleading information related to COVID-19. 2 more French cities on Sunday joined Paris and Marseille and 4 others in maximum alert status to fight back the coronavirus. Surgical strikes with strict new measures to stop the spread of infections. The prefecture of Montpellier in the south announced a maximum alert status for the city and surrounding towns starting on Tuesday. Measures include the closing of cafes and bars. The southwest city of Toulouse was doing likewise after a day of meetings between mayors of surrounding towns and the prefect, the local state authority, the Toulouse newspaper La Dépêche reported. Soaring infections and increased hospitalizations put 4 other cities on the maximum alert list on Saturday: Lyon, Grenoble and Saint-Étienne in the southeast, and Lille in the north. National health authorities reported on Saturday nearly 26,900 new daily infections in 24 hours. The count dropped to 16,100 yesterday, but the rate of positive tests climbed to 11.5%. Australian scientists have found the virus that causes COVID-19 can survive for up to 28 days on surfaces, such as the glass on mobile phones, stainless steel, vinyl, and paper banknotes. The research, published in the Virology Journal, also found the virus lasted 10 days longer than influenza on some surfaces. Teen climate activist Greta Thunberg endorsed Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden on the weekend, asking her Twitter followers to cast a vote for him in the upcoming November election. "I never engage in party politics, but the upcoming US elections is above and beyond all that," Thunberg tweeted, along with an editorial from the Scientific American, urging people to avoid voting for Donald Trump. "Just get organized and get everyone to vote Biden," Thunberg said. The 17-year-old is an activist from Sweden who made headlines for leading climate strikes across the country. She also interrogated large organizations and groups like the United Nations and the US Congress on climate change policy, and is regarded as the face of the youth climate movement. She was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize in 2019, and her efforts landed her recognition as Time's Person of the Year, which drew Trump's ire. Thunberg, in a December interview, said it was useless engaging Trump on climate change because obviously he's not listening to scientists and experts, so why would he listen to me? The Trump administration has been in the process of pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement, a voluntary accord signed by 200 countries with the goal of cutting greenhouse gas emissions. The withdrawal will be completed by November 4th, a day after this year's presidential election. Carbon dioxide emissions reached a record high in 2019, according to a report published by the Global Carbon Project, with the US being the worst culprit, ahead of China and Russia. The Biden campaign has presented itself as the antithesis to Trump when it comes to climate change. During the first presidential debate between the two candidates, the former vice president vowed to reinstate US participation in the Paris Climate Agreement if he is elected. You can subscribe to 5-Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5-Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Please subscribe, rate and review us at 5minute.news. 5-Minute News is an independent production covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering unbiased, verified and truthful world news daily.